Whether you're a team of 5 or you're a founder still doing sales yourself, it doesn't matter. If you apply these to your business, you'll start to learn the skills you need to actually grow and scale a sales team. These 3 things run the whole sales game. And the first one is you have to have daily huddles. Then we have the end of day reports. This is what keeps everyone close to the numbers. And finally, we have the tracking that lets you diagnose exactly what's going on and what to focus on. So this is the actual problem. Most sales teams, they operate blind. Reps guess, founders are hoping, but no one knows why the deals aren't closing. So when a deal dies, you don't know what needs to be fixed. When a rep underperforms, you can't diagnose it. And when the numbers fall short, nobody knows why are they falling short. So here's what I've realized after 10 years. The founders who run sales and run teams that actually hit target, they all did the same 3 things. It's nothing fancy and it's nothing complicated. It's just these consistent 3 things. So the first mistake is no daily huddle. This is the first one that most founders miss. And the reason is they can't imagine meeting with the sales team daily. But the daily sales huddle, 15 to 30 minutes every morning. It's not a status update. It's not, micromanaging. It's the energy. It's what determines how your sales guys show up to their calls. And as the leader, if your energy dips, if your energy is weak, it drips down to the team. If you come with high energy, that is the standard you're setting with your sales team. As the founder, you are in control of your culture. If you show up with weak energy, you're literally just saying to your sales team, this is the level you have to be on my sales team. But if you show up, you've got high energy, you want to know people's numbers, you know what's going on day to day in the business, you are creating and setting that level of expectation with your sales team. So every single day you are implementing your standards and the culture that you want in your sales team. Without it, people just go adrift. No one knows their numbers. People can just show up however they want to their sales calls. So how do we actually start those meetings? We jump on the call. We first start with wins. We share company wins. We get the reps to share their wins. We keep the energy high. We're all moving into this positive place. Then the next one is I recommend that you have projections. You get the sales team to set the projections. What are they going to hit this week? What's in the pipeline? Where are they against their own projections? Then the next part after that is training. If you've got a script, you break down your script into 4 or 5 different parts for each day, and you just keep role playing that certain part of the script. If you haven't got a script, you can just see what calls were tough for the reps, where do they potentially need help with, and you make sure that you're drilling and improving on those areas. That's why it's so important. So the first mistake to avoid is not meeting with your team daily, even 15, 20, 25 minutes. I guarantee you, just this one thing alone, you'll see a huge uptake in your sales. If you're a founder, if you're a solo founder about a sales team, you should still block this time out every single morning to wear both hats. You're wearing the sales manager hat and the rep hat. You start to understand managing a sales team, even though it is just you. So when you bring in a rep, when you start to scale, you can hit the ground running and you can actually get that rep performing quicker. Don't learn how to do it when you've actually got that rep costing the business every month. Learn before so that rep fits right in to a smooth process and they can get performing and the business can grow sales. So the next one is no end of day report. The end of day report is not micromanagement. So there's so many studies that if you want to lose weight and you wake up and you weigh yourself every single day, you will lose weight because you're tracking your progress. I like to call it you're close to the numbers. And it's exactly the same in sales. When we ask and we require an end of day report from the reps, it's not to micromanage them. This report includes, what were their sales numbers for the day in terms of outbound, close rate, how many deals showed, Where did you have difficulties? Where are you against your projections? Not only are we allowing the rep to be close to their numbers, which naturally will help the rep improve their numbers, but we get to support the rep as well. We get to see where is the rep struggling, where potentially in the sales funnel is the business not providing the rep with enough support. Where does the rep need help? And on the other side, as a founder, as the sales manager, you can't be close. You can't be involved in every single deal. As much as you want to, you can't. It's not sustainable in the long term. So how you do that is you have an end of day report. You just have a template. How many calls did you take today? What was the close rate? How many cold calls did you successfully, book appointments with? This sort of numbers, and we just paste the same body, but we paste the numbers next to it into a chat. It's super, super simple. And what that allows you to do is, as the sales manager, you can just scroll through and you can just see exactly what the rep's performance was. So it allows you to have the visibility and the control you need as the founder and the sales manager to see what's going on with the team. It allows you to coach them based on that report, and it allows the rep to feel supported and to be able to be closer to their numbers, which will naturally help them improve their performance. So end of day reports are an absolute must. So we're meeting daily and we're getting our end of day reports. What's the third one? The third one is no data tracking. One of the biggest strengths a business can have is making good decisions fast. That's it. The faster a business can make a good decision, the more strength it will have against its competitors and within its market. Without data, we take a long time to make decisions and we don't even know if the decision is in our favor. So many sales teams don't track and write data. For example, I do a lot of cold calling. Okay, what numbers do I track? I don't just track the amount of dials. I track the dials. I track how many people picked up. From most people that picked up, how many let me actually speak and put my pitch in? How many people from that pitch booked into a meeting? Just that alone tells you so much. For example, if we're making a lot of dials but we have a low pickup rate, we've got a data problem. If we're getting a lot of pickups but we're not having the opportunity to pitch, we've got an opener problem. And that's just one little part of the whole sales process. When we track the obvious numbers, the show rate, the close rate, that will give us a story. But when we track finer details, such as how many offers did I make on my closing calls, how many people showed up, what was the drop-off rate between the first call and the second call, why are we losing customers between the first and the second call? What data also allows you to do is it allows you to support your reps. It allows you to see what's going on in the sales funnel. They want to feel like they're high performers. You want your business probably to achieve its highest potential in terms of sales. You want your business to make as many sales as possible. You can only do that when you actually understand the data. So that's the third mistake, not having data available in the process. The difference between a team that puts this in place and a team that isn't is huge. A team that doesn't put this in place has a high turn of reps. There's a lack of energy. It's not an enjoyable team to manage or work within. You're super stressed if you're the founder or the sales manager because you don't have a clue what's going on. You don't know how to fix anything and it's a mess. Compare that to a team that install these three simple things: growing sales, everyone's making more money, you're attracting A-player talent, there's an A-player culture where people want to work, people are hungry to work, you're helping support people reach their own dreams in their own lives, and you've got a growing business with less stress because you've actually got visibility and you're performing well. That is the difference by just these three simple things to put in place. So I hope that helps.